All right, our first demonstration is going to be so exciting. It's kind of like Oprah's favorite things, all right? So you are getting a digital microscope. It is wonderful. And you're also getting something called a rocket book. I did not know what this was. Now I love it. It is essential in my life. So I'm going to tell you about how you set up both of these. First is a digital microscope. And guys, you are so lucky because this took me forever to figure out, but I've worked out all the kinks, so you got extremely lucky with it. It comes in this little box here, very simple to set up. It kind of makes sense, which is good because they did not include instructions. So, luckily, I'm a smart person, figured it out. So you can have just a few pieces here. Most of those make a lot of sense. I'm going to take just a moment and kind of set this up. This is your base that you will use. This is the piece that you have to hold your microscope. You don't have to use the base at all. You can actually just hand hold the microscope, but if you want some freedom to be able to move things around a little bit underneath the microscope, then you want to use your base. So you're simply just screwing this in here like this so you can support. And then this piece makes sense also. There's a little spot here that you slide on, so you just make sure that the screw is pulled out. You slide this on to the height that you'd like. I am going this direction. You can also turn it a different direction on there. You can kind of see when you have it. And then you have your microscope. So your microscope slides into this part here. You just have a little piece you pull back. And then you slide your microscope in there, and voila, we have a microscope. There's a cover on the end, take that off. It's a little blurry if you don't. And you're going to plug this into your computer, just into your USB port. So now you actually have, and find my USB port, you actually have a microscope to use with your class. All right. So in order for the microscope to work, it automatically comes on. There's nothing that you have to worry about there. You do have to have a software that will come onto your desktop. So mine is right here. Looks like an A here. Also, there's a link online that you can use. We're going to be sharing a website with you, and that link is on the website. Download it super quick. It's super easy. It automatically goes to your desktop. As soon as it goes to your desktop, then you can use your microscope. So I'm going to open up this link here, and your AmScope goes live automatically. So this is showing obviously the blank piece under here, but if you take something like this feather here and put it underneath with hopefully a little bit of focusing, then it's very difficult to see here, but you can focus in and you can actually see your feather inside. Let me readjust just a moment. So you see the spine of the feather here. You can see the pieces coming out. A little hard to see in the video here, but it's very nice. So you can have lots of range of the depth that you can see and how intense you can see from smaller to larger. You can also use this as a document camera, which you won't have to do. You'll find out when you go through your box. But it is available that way also. So we have a document camera. We also, I said document camera, we have a microscope. We also have a rocket book. So a rocket book is the coolest thing ever. It is an interactive notebook. It's a reusable notebook. So you can actually teach a lesson with human impact and reusable materials and everything just on your rocket book, because this is a notebook that you'll never have to throw away. You'll never have to worry about getting rid of the pages. So this notebook is actually, when you write into the notebook on here, you are able to download this into your Google Drive, into your email. You can send it just as it is. There's also within the app that you use, the ability to turn your handwritten text, your printed text, into actual typing. Is that not amazing? So on here, there's, unlike our camera here, our microscope, there are very excellent directions. It tells you exactly how to download the app, whether you have an Android device, whether you have an iPhone. If you have a school iPad, I highly recommend that you put the app on there so that students can use that piece there. And then following the directions at the bottom of your page, you can show exactly where you want it to go. So here, if I have a check mark at this part of my notebook, it sends it to my Gmail account for school. If I have a check in the next section, it adds it to my Google Drive. I set up a folder called Rocketbook on my Google Drive. The next one, it sends it to my other school email that's not my Gmail account. And if I check down here, that means I'm using it for personal use, and it sends it to my personal email. So this is available here. You keep records of what each one of your sections are located over on this part here. The coolest thing about a Rocketbook is you wet a cloth and it magically disappears. It goes away. So what we're recommending with this, you're actually going to receive, drum roll please, 4 different, thank you ladies, you're going to receive 4 different Rocketbooks. So what we're hoping is that you can use these for your science groups. So when the kids go outside and make observations about habitats and environments outside the school, then they can use the Rocketbook. There's specific pens that come with them. The Rocketbook includes the pen. It even has an eraser on the end, and it works. I used it yesterday. So the kids can write. They have to let it dry for just a moment. They can't write and immediately erase. It kind of smears, but even the smears erase, so you're good. But they can take their notes, they can do their drawings, they can make their observations. This can be an interactive notebook for an entire science unit, and then when they're done, you erase it, and it magically goes away, but you have a digital copy of all of it. It's wonderful. So yesterday, after I wrote out my outline of what we were doing, I sent it to my email, so just to kind of show you what it looks like. A little hard to see up here, but this is exactly what I wrote in my notebook, and it sent it to my email. It added to my Google Drive, and I have it forever. Isn't that wonderful? Did I mention you're getting 4 of them? I know you're excited.